This is my single biggest fear, and it was an issue for me when I first started writing it, is I'm gonna be honest, you can use this book for manipulation, and that scare very subtle, yeah. So we're talking about big to subtle, right? There's like a range of them. So first is, it is my biggest fear with this book that people do not have the right intentions. And my hope is that we can actually use these powers for good and not evil. That is the number one thing, is you can, if you want to. So I call these danger zone cues. So in the book I talk warm, nonverbal, verbal, and vocal. So these are things that make you highly warm, highly trustworthy, highly likable. And then there's charismatic, the ones that are just knock it out of the park. Like they're just great. And the last one is danger zone cues. Danger zone cues are the cues that get us into trouble. They're the cues that liars use. Ooh. They're the way that we leak guilt and shame. Actually, shame is not a bad thing. It's only when you have guilt that you've done something wrong. Let's talk about as many as we can. So there's a couple danger zone cues that we can control, which a manipulative person could inhibit, right? So those who don't know, spoiler alert, Lance Armstrong was doping. So if you haven't, someone was like, there was spoilers in the book. And I was like, you haven't heard of that news yet? I also talk about Britney Spears in the book because there's some really interesting cues on her, which I think why we're worried about her, why her fans worry. She's on Larry King Live. He's asked about doping, and he does what's called a lip purse. So a lip purse is, okay, when we push our lips into a flat line, we mash our lips together. That is a universal withholding gesture. Mm-hmm. So when we're literally trying to hold something in or hold something back, or we don't like what's being said or heard, we go,